This is gonna do something weird today. Just a second, guys.
Yeah, we had to go out of our studio today because of the inclement weather. So bear with us for a second. When everything's different from our control panel, it's all good.
There we go. Okay, guys. Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Jeneth Blackard.
And I'm Leonka Reina.
And this is the How Hustle Morning Show. Today we're talking with Emily Harrison. She is the founder of the Akashic Academy. She's been on our show before and we absolutely loved her. In fact, she even gave us a little acting skill with an end scene, which we just loved. And her personality and the Akash just kind of comes through in a way that nobody else can do it in this land. So it's very an honor to have her on the show. But first, Leonka's got some space weather news. So we will
Hi.
start with that and just get you guys warmed up, get your brain working today on this cold day in Texas.
Yeah, good morning. So for Mystic Space Weather News, just a little bit of update. It says comes to us today from spaceweather.com. It says a possible Earth-directed CME, previously mild-mannered sunspot 3957, erupted this morning, producing a beautiful solar flare and potentially an Earth-directed CME. NASA models show it grazing our planet on January 24th. And this will be forecasted to be improved. And also, we will have that geomagnetic storm that usually produces from a CME. So, want to be on the lookout for that. It always kind of just stirs things up in our atmosphere. It gets us emotionally kind of charged. Just wanting to let you know how that affects us here, especially with our ascension symptoms, and just reminding you to stay grounded and give yourself some grace. One other thing I also wanted to read from the information that I have here, and it comes to us from Sparks of Divine Light Healing. It says January 19th through February 18th is the Aquarius season. Aquarius season is here, and it is bold electric energy will influence us all until February 18th. For Aquarius sun, moon rising signs, this is your moment to shine, but every zodiac sign will feel the ripple effects. This season is all about breaking free, letting go of what doesn't fit, and stepping into a version of yourself that feels truly authentic. Woohoo! Ruled by Uranus, the planet of innovation and change, Aquarius energy shakes things up. If you have been stuck, this in a stagnant situation, a relationship, a job, or a mindset, this is your chance to release it. Don't you? Doesn't that sound juicy? It's a time to clear out the old and make way for the new and extraordinary. Relationships take the spotlight, pushing you to evaluate whether your connections are genuine and supportive. Inauthentic connections may fade, while meaningful ones grow stronger. It's also a time to dream bigger about your future and take major steps toward manifesting your goals. It's a time for daring ideas, bold moves, and trusting your unique vision. The world needs what makes you different, and this season gives you the confidence to show it. So that's what I got for
I
today's
love that
Mystic
one.
Space Weather News. And the big one that I really have will also go into our planetary alignment, which we are celebrating on January 25th. Jenny, take it
Okay,
away.
go
What is it
ahead.
for?
So, you guys, January 25th, this Saturday, we're having a full day event with 14 speakers and me and Leonka. And on that event, every 30 minutes, we have another speaker coming through and presenting to you. There's I've asked for quantum activations, like fifth dimensional, really awakenings. And I'm really hoping that when our planets come into alignment January 25th, you will want to come into alignment for your 2025. So please join us. It's all day. It starts at 8 a.m. Pacific time, and we run through about 3:30 p.m. Pacific time. And there will be some surprises and some things in there that you will probably go, oh, cool. I'm so glad that we're doing this. So
Yeah.
just another part and a way to bring in our community and really get together and have an event, even though it's not live at this time. So this is your event
Yay.
for January. I'm excited.
So to be sure to get onto that list, make sure that you are, if you're not opted into our regular, I would just suggest go ahead and go to our main opt-in page and jump on there. It's at
But you want to go
www.houthustle.com. But Jenneth can pop in the
and
actual now,
Rewire
the
link.
URL that will directly get you signed up for the January 25th event. And just so you know, a couple of the people that are speaking, it's Tony Ghazi. He'll be giving away some free crystal skulls that's talking about the mantis beings and a stargate. We also have Egan Sanders, who will be talking about being who you prefer to be. Is giving away a magic box and an ebook. And then we're also talking with Courtney Levins. She's going to talk about connecting with your intuition and hearing your angels, and channeled messages from the Galactic Federation with Amy Sikarsky. And then Dragon DNA activation, meet your dragon journey with Teresa Wynn. And she's got a really fun, everybody has free gifts. And then being your multi-self with Ambajam Rose, plus healing activation. And of course, the lovely Emily Harrison will be on as well. And she is going to be taking us through the Akashic Records. And she'll be sharing with us a little bit of a precursor to what we'll be doing live on January 25th as well. So super exciting. We're going to have a lot of fun. If you can't make it live, you will also get access to all of the replays. So be sure to get on the list to get all of the different newsletters and all the heads up, and join us either live or on replay. See ya.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and bring Emily up and we can get started here.
There we go. Are we on?
We are on. Hi, Emily.
Hi, ladies. Thank you for that warm welcome and introduction. Hello, everyone out there. I love being with you two ladies and your audience as well. You two are just such high level humans, and you can hold such a powerful bandwidth, and you draw those people in, and we have fun. It is a powerful show. I'm feeling pumped up and excited to see what comes through today. Like you said, some of it I already know. I'm getting a pulse on. Let's do a little precursor today and get us ready for this alignment. By the way, thank you for creating a space for us all to come together on this epic event, for creating alignment within ourselves. I mean, it's amazing and radical, and I'm feeling the excitement and potency already.
Good. Thank God. We've been feeling the potency since December.
Yes.
But yeah, it's like everything literally has come into alignment. It's awesome. So, yeah. And talking about alignment, I think that I would like to, if that's okay, kind of segue into really aligning ourselves with the field for what we want to create this year. If we can kind of lean in this conversation in that direction, that'd be great.
Yes, 100%. That's what I'm feeling coming in from the Akash. It's what I'm noticing is this invitation for conscious creation at a level that of mastery that we've never done it before, pulling together all of our skills, all of our discipline, our focus to get really clear about what it is that we want, and then move into alignment with it because we're ready. We're ready to manifest it. And it's just such an exciting time to be here. It's also, though, if we don't plug into this potentiality and this excitement of what's possible, the shadow side of that, what we can plug into that's being created in the 3D reality, right?
Mhm.
That's not where we want to be. Right now, y'all are on the positive timeline. We're all on the positive timeline together. If you want to stay on the positive timeline, you need to sharpen up your Jedi skills and really come together in groups like this where you can practice a high level of mastery of what it is that you want to create. Yeah.
Love it.
All right, so maybe we should just start the conversation around, since the Akashic Records is my jam, giving everybody some context around the Akashic Records, and then we'll talk about what the Akashic Records have to say about how we can do this. Okay, and then we'll even take some readings too, if y'all
Love
want
it.
to ask some questions, right? Some
Yes, we
readings and
do.
activations. All right. So first of all, let's just bring us all into the same sandbox that we can play here together today, and talk about what the Akashic Records are. The Akashic Records are the realm of consciousness that hold all intelligence, past, present, all possible futures, and is recorded from a neutral perspective. Neutral means unconditional love and zero judgment. Okay. This is a database of all information. Yes, your soul uniquely has an Akashic record that holds an account, a story of your soul's journey through lifetimes, past lives and future lives. But it's not just people that have Akashic records. Our planet also has an Akashic record. 2025 also has an Akashic record. Businesses have Akashic records, your ideas, your relationships. Everything has an Akashic record, which means there's an opportunity, if you can tap into the Akashic record, to read this record. And I'm going to use read in air quotes here because we're not reading with our physical eyes like you're reading your notes or reading your emails. We're reading with our intuitive senses. This is part of our DNA that's turning on and activating, which I know is a big part of a big topic of conversation for you ladies right now. It's a big topic for Saturday. We have this opportunity for alignment. We get to realign, rewire ourselves. We get to activate DNA. P.S. That's the precursor we're going to work on today. Y'all want to activate galactic DNA? Yeah, the guys
Yeah.
want to too. All right, so we're going to get to activating our galactic DNA. But back to this realm of the Akashic records, right? So we have an opportunity if we can learn how to tap into this. It's like a universal guidebook. It's God consciousness. It's intelligence from your soul. If you can learn how to tap in and use this at mastery, you have the opportunity to gain instantaneous wisdom, guidance, and clarity about your next steps, which can include how to get unstuck from where you are. We can also tap in and get bigger vision. Sometimes I get on calls with people and I'm like, hey, this is your time to create your dream life. What do you want? And they're like, I don't know. Anybody else relate to that? Like that's really step one.
Yes.
Yeah, right. It's getting clear about what we
I've
really
been
want.
guilty.
Yeah, me too. Sometimes we're so wrapped up in the challenge, the trauma, the stress of the 3D world, the noise of the 3D world. If we don't take time out to pause from that, there ain't no way your brain gonna tap in to what is possible for you. If you're wondering why you're not, take a step back. You got to quiet the mind to find this secret, this hidden intelligence, but it's intelligence of your soul. All right. Activating your galactic DNA will help you if you're feeling unmotivated to do this or uninspired to do this. Activating the galactic DNA will help you not only get inspired, but also motivated. Inspired is different from motivated, y'all. Inspired, we get the idea we are in spirit. That's a cool place to be, right? But see how I say in spirit? It's a very esoteric place to be. We've got to move it into our bodies and get motivated to actually take action. And that requires clarity. Hello, if you're tapping into the realm of information, do you think you can find some clarity? Yes, one of the main things that we can get from this space. So this is why I love using the Akashic Records is there are so many applications to how we can tap in, how we can tune in and get knowledge. One important thing to know how the records work. The records work by invitation only, which means we have to ask the information that we want. We have to invite that intelligence forward. The records will only give us the information that we're ready to receive. So we have to invite it forward. Today we're inviting forward that activation of our galactic DNA. Hang on one second. The guides are wanting me to talk about collective Christ consciousness. I'll get to that in 1 second.
Oh, I love when that happens.
Right?
I know. Which I wanted to address something
Yeah,
as we're playing here too. It's really important, that my guides keep yelling at me. It's like, don't just come to me to get like new actions to take in the 3D. We want you to be this all the time. So I just wanted to bring that up as kind of an invitation for everyone as we open this invitation for the Akash. That's like great and it gives you information, but it also allows you to have access to this fifth dimensional frequency all the time. And I just want to let people be aware of that so they can kind of play in this expanded field.
Oh, yeah, I love it. I see Joe nodding big too. It's resonating, it's landing, right?
Yeah.
I'm hearing the guide say, just bring awareness to your solar plexus. Okay, this is where we get the courage that will help us take that action that Jenith is calling in for the transmission that we get to experience today. That's good stuff. I love it. Thank you. Yes.
Deep.
Let's see. I think there was one more thing that I wanted to share with everybody about the Akash, because we're going to go in today. So if this is the first time, I want to make sure you have a good working understanding. Let's see. It works by invitation only. Here's the next piece. We can all get in. You may be wondering, if you've never been into your Akashic records before, can I get into my Akashic records? Do I need to be psychic? Do I need to meditate every day? Do I need to have special skills? Well, first of all, everybody is psychic and everybody has special skills. So you check the box there. All right. I don't know whether you check the box of meditation every day. If you don't, let this be your invitation into a world of mystical, magical spaciousness and new thought within yourself. Because that's really where creation starts. Taking this all the way back to where Jenna started saying, hey, how do we create on point, on purpose for 2025? Creation starts with thought. Okay, the 7 Hermetic principles tell us that. The Buddha tells us that. Thoughts become things. I know you've heard that before. So that's what I'm going to share on Saturday on the summit, on the alignment, are 3 mindsets that I downloaded from the Akashic Records that you want to have for radical success with any project. It's the fundamental keys. And it was so awesome too, because like you lady said, you're asking high level people to call in high level information and activations for the alignment that we're going to experience on Saturday. And I wanted to show up, so I'm like, all right, Akashic Records, what do I bring in? And I'm doing my makeup, and then bam, 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 bam. I literally wrote it down on a napkin that was in there. I'm like, do not lose this napkin. This is
Oh,
so important.
those are the best ones, right? All the best inventions come on the napkins. Okay, and
Right?
some, but I love it so much
Yes. All
because
right.
they're so channeled, right? They're so downloaded.
Yes, and sometimes they're so scribbled, Leonka, that I have a challenge like reading my own handwriting back. Sometimes it cracks me up because I have to sound it out and it's something absolutely ridiculous and I might not even know for 5 more minutes. Oh, that's what I meant. Yep, those are definitely the best. All right, so let me tap in here or drop in with everyone here in the audience and see how we're tracking. So I feel like we've covered the Akashic records and how they work. I'm going to take you on a meditative experience, a little journey here that's going to create a vibrational frequency within your body that's going to bring you into vibrational match with the Akashic records. Okay. Your job is then to trust the information that's coming into your mind. You just trust it. And some of you, if you're just starting to play with this, tapping into your intuition and seeing what comes alive in your imagination, there's a learning curve to learning to trust it. Just go with it. Go with what's there. Okay. We talked about how the records work. How we're going to use them today is I'm going to take us in. We're going to get this activation for our galactic DNA, any channeling that wants to come through from the guides. And then I'll open up the field to answer questions for you all. Sound good?
Yes, let's do it.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Everybody rock and roll. All right.
Fun.
Invite everybody to sit up nice and straight. And while we're going into the Akashic records, I encourage you to feel all 4 corners of your feet connected to the floor. Or if you're sitting crisscross applesauce on the floor, you can feel your sit bones connected to the floor, but feel some part of yourself connected to the actual floor. Good. I'm going to adjust the posture, sit up nice and straight, tuck the tailbone and the chin under, laying the palms up and open, receptive. And we're going to start by clearing out our energy field by breathing together. So take a deep breath in through your nose, creating space, and hold at the top of that breath. Deep breath in. Good. Gentle pause at the top of this breath. Good. Nice slow exhale. Second deep breath in, calling light into the body. Deep breath in. Pausing. Good, nice little exhale. Third deep breath in, calling the consciousness into the now moment. Deep breath in. Good, gentle pause at the top of that breath, letting go of everything that happened before this moment and everything you still get to show up to today. Good, letting your body come into coherence. Gentle exhale. Follow the exhale with your awareness, arriving at the end of your breath, fully present in the now, ready to work. Good. All right, turn your awareness inward, everyone, and activate the crystalline tube of light that runs up and down the spine. We're just going to take a few moments to fully connect with the crystalline tube of light through our psychic awareness, through our inner senses. And this will give an activation to everyone here, whether you're watching live or on the replay, to all of your psychic senses, all of your intuitive senses as we're using them. So turn the awareness inward and begin to imagine the crystalline tube of light with your inner eyes. And imagine that you are examining this crystalline tube of light from the outside. You are circling the perimeter, the circumference, the radius. Can't remember all my math. You're tracking the outside of that cylinder, guys. Track it from the outside. Notice the facets. Notice where it's smooth. This is your unique crystalline tube. Good. See if you can shift your awareness to the inside of the crystalline tube now. This is a hollow tube. This is a piece of ancient technology. And begin to examine the crystalline tube from the inside with your inner eyes. Perhaps it seems that if you are noticing and examining the crystalline tube of light from inside of your body, spinning around and observing the beauty of this technology. Good job. Good job shifting the awareness as well. Shift the awareness again. Move the consciousness outside of the body now, as if you were gazing back, looking at the crystalline tube from an outside perspective. Watch as you breathe. Watch the breath move through the crystalline tube of light. And watch the breath as it moves through the chakras, activating light. That beautiful light, colored light that radiates out 360 degrees, moving through the crystalline tube, creating a beautiful prismatic effect. The colors of the rainbow aligning with the colors of the chakras, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, all radiating outward from the crystalline tube of light. Noticing yourself as a unique being of light. Good. Holding this vibrational frequency in the awareness, see if you can tap in and simultaneously hold an awareness of the sound of this crystalline tube. The sound of your breath as it moves through the crystalline tube, activating the chakras, seeing the color. This is a stretch for the imagination. The more you can tune in, the more you can hold this in your imagination, the more we can come through and activate your field, activate your senses. Imagining that you can see the crystalline tube of light, the energy flowing through it, and hear the energy of the crystalline tube of light now. Imagining that you can feel the vibrational frequency of the sound and the light and coherence, creating a vibrational frequency within every cell of your body. Bringing this online now in every cell of the physical, mental, emotional body connected with the planet Earth and with the great central sun into the entire universe in 3, 2, 1, now. Good, you can release everything from your imagination. Just allow yourself to float and breathe. Nice deep breaths. But bringing the awareness back to the crystalline tube of light. Simply anchor the crystalline tube of light now into the core of Mother Earth. and sending the crystalline tube of light out the top of your head, all the way up through the space-time continuum. Exiting the universe, exiting the multiverse. Deep inhale as we anchor into the Akash. Exhaling, setting an intention that your body can acclimate to this high frequency energy with ease, that the body, the mind, the emotions all acclimate to this high frequency energy. Good. The crystalline tube is open. Now we're going to direct the energy through the crystalline tube of light. And we're going to use the spiral. The spiral is a very profound and powerful, sacred geometrical shape that ushers the energy of light and information, the energy of your highest potentiality on this planet, spirals up from Mother Earth. The intelligence to understand, to decode the puzzle, to read the data, spirals down from the Akash. These energies meet within the heart and continue to travel along the crystalline tube. Notice the spiraling of energies as they meet, begin to create the double helix. This is the galactic DNA. When you feel ready to activate your DNA, you can initiate a spinning of energy through the crystalline tube of light, which will create a powerful vortex and initiate the cosmic DNA to come online in all aspects of your geometry. Good. Dropping the consciousness from the mind into the heart. We'll activate that vortex in 3, 2, 1, now. Activate that spin. See if you can notice, see if you can watch the galactic DNA coming online. See it, hear it, feel it. Good. We're now going to sound the 5 sacred ohms, opening the Akashic Records of your highest potential timeline of 2025. All of the ideas, the data, the inspiration, the activation, the transmission that comes through today will be in alignment with your highest potential, which are also in alignment with your highest desires, the dreams of your soul, your cosmic soul. As we open those Akashic Records now. With this Om, I relax my body. When you hear me oming, everyone, I want you to Om too. That Om will create a vibrational frequency within your body, preparing you for communication and transmission. With this Om, I relax my body. With this Om, I relax my mind. With this Om, I release my ego. With this Om, I call in the light. With this Om, I open the Akashic Records of Emily Suzanne Harrison. The records are now open. All right, the guides want us to do some work since the opportunity to work in relationships is so important right now. there's some insight and invitation coming through from the records right now on where we can work in relationships, how we can create at our highest level. Okay, so the first thing the guides are saying is, again, back to answer that question, how do we create at the highest level for 2025? Playing big is an important part of this. We learned and got confirmation from Lianka's report, the space report, the astrological report, the sun report, these flares, this cosmic energy that's inviting us to play big. If you would like to receive help and support in your guides in playing big, in the thoughts around playing big and illuminating the areas of your mind where you're still playing small, you can say yes now. And imagine a white light, gold and white light coming down now over the mind, illuminating constructs of the mind that are no longer serving. Purple energy now illuminating and activating childhood memories that are keys, key codes to understanding what we want. Good. Okay, swipe the eyes left, right. Clear the mind. Relax the body. Moving back into how do we create at this very high level? One, you got to play big. The guides are about to throw down a formula. This is not the formula I'm going to give you on Saturday either. This is a different formula coming in right now based on the energy that we're all calling forward together. A formula on how to create a powerful generator, motivation, inspiration, combined energy. It's like a cosmic generator of energy within that will propel you into being an effortless creator. But mind you, be very, very clear on what you use this to create, because you will create, if you use this formula, you will create so quickly, so powerfully. You won't have time to second guess yourself. You won't have time to look for pitfalls. You will be in them before you know it. And every timeline has pitfalls. Every timeline has challenges. Just recognize when you use this formula, your ability to manifest will accelerate at such a rate. Be good at what you do. Be good at navigating the pitfalls or detecting them before you open this timeline. Do your work. And the secret formula will only work if you're playing big enough. If you attempt to use this secret formula on a project or a desire of your heart where you're playing small, you'll experience challenge. You'll experience backfires. So use this magical formula wisely. Okay, here's the formula. The gateway to generating this power is through relationships. Because relationships are the place where we humans experience the most visceral love energy, the most visceral, concrete energy of love. And the most dynamic place that humans experience it, two places. One, when we're falling in love. Two, when we're falling in love with a child. I should say when we're falling in love with a romantic partner or when we're falling in love with a child. These are the two relationships where the human experiences a radical amount of love. Now, where the human is divinely designed to first experience this radical amount of love is with self. And if you can invite that radical love relationship with self, if you can invite forward the opportunity to fall radically in love with yourself, cultivating this relationship with self, you will begin to fall in love with others in your life. It will start with other people, and then you will fall in love with situations in your life. And when you are truly in love and you truly cultivate this state of being in love, Your lightness of being will carry you through any challenge with ease. But this energy, this power of love, will also keep your mind in coherence with the highest potential timeline. You will be constantly fueled with new creative ideas. Your challenge will be deciding which ones to act upon and in what order. If you are ready to receive the activation of help and support to experience radical self-love, falling in love with yourself, others in your life, your challenges even, and your mission here on the planet, you can say yes now, receiving that activation, letting it wash over you.
Yes.
Yes, taking a nice deep breath. Good. Bring the hands together in prayer pose, everybody. Generate slight pressure. We're not going to close the records yet, just generating slight pressure against left and right palm. Good. Then bring the hands over the eyes. Bring that darkness over the eyes as you gently, slowly blink yourself back into your body. Come on back in. You can let me know how that was for you.
Oh my gosh. I just was like making noises and I could just see like bursts at certain points. I mean, it was very magical and was able to really view the crystalline light tube and where those places really swirled and just bursted, and what places also wanted to burst, like wanted to have more feeling. And I felt that in my body, like sacral and like, I mean, just places that were like, I was like, whoa.
Awesome. I'm so glad that you
Yes.
visceral experience, Yanka. And it reminds me that I remind people when we're doing this work, 90% of what happens afterwards. Okay.
Nice.
The best thing that we can do right now for a few moments is just what Leonka is doing, is giving verbiage to what you experienced, even if you might feel like you're babbling. And sometimes you might even feel like, I don't know what I experienced, but I feel compelled to share in this moment. And you take yourself off mute and you feel like you're making up that's okay. This is how we embody it. Remember what Janet said, we need the courage, got to bring it back into the body. This is one of the secret sauce methods of how we do it. Don't hush up right now, even if you feel like you're babbling. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, let's get some more shares about what you all experienced.
Well, I'd love if we'd get some hand raised, but let me share as, oh my gosh, because, I focus on really being in love with my life and the areas that I'm not in love, right? So when you brought in the component of radical self-love, I really started to kind of warm up and think every person and speaker that we have on these events, we are in relationship with. And if we could just have like 10 drops of the kind of love that I have for my kids for each of my speakers, it might create a more profound world. So I'm going to add in some more of that radical love for every one of our guests, our speakers, and the whole community that we have here, as well as in my life. And I thank you for that awareness.
Ooh, definitely got the clairsentience
Yeah.
these chills on that one. Yeah, it is a powerful energy to tap into, everybody.
Yeah, it's cool. It's funny, I had done this resonance testing with heart math once, and you put this little thing over your finger and you wear this little thing and then you think of something that you're in love with. And I remember it being my dog Bella at the time. And as soon as I would just think about my relationship with this little puppy, the monitor would go up, right? And I had forgotten about that until this activation. And it's now, okay, there can be love all around us. So I love it.
Well, I mean, for me, that's the 5D, right?
Yeah.
And when they say that the 99.99% of the universe is already 5D. We're just learning to see it and vibrate to that because we're in this unique pocket where we're still learning through duality and shadow. But when we can learn to see the 5D all around us, it's here. And that's such a gateway. I also feel like, oh, that also makes me understand more deeply why they say that humans are the most powerful galactic creator in the galaxy. Like this species, this technology here, we're still a little young on our evolutionary journey, right? We got a lot to learn. We still a bit like the dumb teenagers of the galaxy here. However, this
We
mechanism
know.
was designed to be designed to be so powerful in terms of our creatorship. And when it's because it's designed to feel love, and how amazing is that energy and powerful. We can measure it now, right? And then there are other humans planted here that we can show up and feel that with, and amplify it and magnify and create together. Like, it's freaking brilliant. The divine design is brilliant, y'all.
Yeah, I mean the electrical magnetic connection we have from our heart and our brain, like we can do this all day. We just don't practice this.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, and that's why we've put this community together to practice this, playing in
I
the
was just
5D.
going to say that. So thank you for saying that. It's exactly why we, come to the show, why we collaborate with beautiful folks like you, and why we're just so passionate about sharing these messages. Because, gosh, I want to live in a world where we all are experiencing that 5D.
Yes.
And it's, more often than not. Some messages from the chat, because you wanted some feedback. We've got, it says, beautiful, awesome, kept smelling oranges and clementines and
They're
seeing colors of
smelly.
all kinds. Yeah, isn't that cool?
Smelly.
I love that.
That's not one of the four majors, but it's coming online for people. I love it.
I
Right on.
know. I
Okay.
love that one. I know who it is too, and she has that sense. And I told her that too. And so she really activated that today with you. Wow, wow, wow. Very powerful. Thank you, Emily. You tapped into my mind's question. Was going to ask about romantic partner, and you started with talking about relationships. Girl, you were tuned in. And it says on the YouTube chat, Cesar Gomez says, this is very interesting. This experience was almost as psychic and for psychics and mediums that I experienced personally with. So basically, just a lot of activation of gifts online. And one person says, I love all the excitement about all this newness. And Joe said, wow, so awesome. Came through during the meditation as I was thinking about our snowy landscape. To see the galactic elders came through and said, this is a reminder, we are with you. Woo!
Love that.
Yay.
Yeah, I got clairsentience goosies on that one too. The elders came to me on a hike the other day too, Joe. That's cool. Yeah, good stuff. Ooh.
Very good stuff. Let's take some readings and
Ew.
and some shares if you would like. So go ahead and just raise your hand and we will take you.
Manisha, you're up. Go ahead
Yeah.
and unmute.
Oh, I love this. I'm so excited. I just got like a shot of energy move through me.
No, I love this is so much fun.
Yeah. Hello, Emily.
Hi, Monique.
Yeah. So you already tapped into my question and energy. I was going to ask you, if I had an opportunity to ask, was about a romantic relationship. And so that's what my question is, please.
Do you have a specific question about the romantic relationship? The more specific you can get, the more specific they can get with you.
So basically, I would love to attract a romantic relationship, please. I've been single for very many decades.
Big old, we should make a worksheet out of this one, y'all. Okay, so here's what the guides are saying. If for anyone who wants to attract a person into their field, what we do is we generally have a projection in our mind of what we want that person to be. All right. So you want to make that list as thorough as possible. Write out all of the things that you want that person to be. And then you need to look at it and say, am I those things? Because what's more important than attracting the perfect person and the right person for you is, am I being that person that I want to be? And that's the key to drawing that into your frequency, is being it. And if anybody is desiring a relationship right now, this is what the guides are saying coming in. They're saying, let's back up and review some data points here. We already said the 5D's all around us. It's there. It's waiting for us. All we need to do is see it. We also got a huge activation on very fast manifestation, right? So we know how to tap into this radical frequency, is like Jenna said, maybe it's remembering, it's using the sense memory or your acting skills. You're remembering a time when you had that, and you're allowing yourself to use that as a template to feel that vibrational frequency. But we want to be really mindful before we just launch into creating. Okay. And that's why you want to make that list. And then you want to really evaluate, okay, how am I showing up for myself in all of these areas? Because what will happen is, if you do this without saying, how am I showing up with myself in all those areas, and you don't tweak it first, Manesha and anybody who's using this, you'll manifest the person, because you're going to manifest really quickly. And the 5D's all around us. We already said it. He right there. You're going to go out for coffee later on, sister. You're going to bump into him. You better do this exercise. I'm just saying. Okay. But what will happen is, if we don't consciously create, that person will show up and meet you how you're viewing yourself in all of those areas. Cool. Right on.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
And I don't mean to create a lot of urgency around this. It's not really like you got to do it before you go out for coffee next. But the alignment coming up, we can consciously create and set intentions for ourselves, and we can use things like vortex energy or galactic alignment to increase or amplify the power. So just look at it as like, okay, I'm going to do this inner work, cast this spell for myself between now and Saturday. Cool.
Thank you. Whilst you were speaking, I think because I'm in London and it's dark outside, but where you are, I think the sun was coming in when you were talking to me many times. So it's like, a confirmation from the divine. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Manisha. That's beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Lianka and Janet.
Thank you.
Thanks, Manisha.
Next
And
up
next
is
up, we have Jan. I believe you raised your hand next.
Hi, good morning, ladies, and good evening. Hi, Emily. I'm not going to lie, 2024 was a bit challenging. I'm feeling now that it was the prep year, and I am moving forward in 2024 was the prep year, and 2025 is the shoot it out of the cannon year, the create year. And I am creating a nonprofit. I'm just wondering if there's anything I should be paying attention to that might be putting, when I put energy into a new project, let's put it that way. I'm trying to be specific here.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let me tap in first. And hi, Jan, by the way. It's good to see you and sit with you. I'm excited for your nonprofit. I know you've been working your tail off to get this thing up and going.
Yeah.
All right, let me tap in. Okay, so the guides are saying they want to give a slightly different context to 2024. I totally see why you would call it a prep year. I felt like it was like preparation for my big mission too, in a lot of ways. But what the guides are saying is, because I'm actually learning a new level of respect for the word preparation, which is why I think they're detaching it from this just more of like a glossy idea of what preparation actually is. The guys are saying we need to get really specific and understand what preparation is, because it's actually the most important part of the process. And I just got chills that shot through my body. The guys told me the other day this, Jan, and I'm like, are you sure? Oh, this actually is a hint for Saturday, because it was a new download that came in. And I'm like, are you sure? The guide said, I'm not going to say it as eloquently as I wrote it on the napkin not here right now, but that basically we should spend more time prepping than we do executing. Like far more time. Far more time should be spent in preparation than in execution. Okay. So preparation means a lot of things. What was actually happening in the prep year of 2024 is that we were all cultivating resiliency. And you were doing other individual things that your soul was doing. We were also cultivating resourcefulness. Okay.
Yeah.
The two big, the R and R's for 2024, which are, I mean, let's be honest, if you talk about resourcefulness and resiliency in its shadow form, resourcefulness, you're thinking, am I going to have to eat a can of beans for the next 10 years out of the cabinet or something, right? You're thinking resiliency, like, we're going to have to pull through the apocalypse. But I invite you to see resiliency and resourcefulness as a superpower. Don't automatically go to apocalyptic thoughts. Eating pork and beans out of your pantry. You're trying to be a vegan this year and you're like, eat healthy food. You're like, damn it. Don't go there. Stay in the light side of the idea that we just went through freaking cosmic boot camp to cultivate our skills of resourcefulness and resiliency. We're Jedis. Okay.
I love that. Cosmic boot camp. I love that.
Good. I'm glad that's resonating with you because you're definitely a warrior here and you're on a mission. And that's exhausting for the human. We got to learn these ways to take care of ourselves, right? Self-care, non-negotiable. So the next idea that they want to cover is, what does it look like to actually prep for 2025? And this is for building projects specifically, like you said, Jan. But I'm going to talk about it in terms of kitchen and the recipes that I make, because it hit me so clear through a different avenue, like through a metaphoric avenue. So I've played with food prep since I've been an entrepreneur and a mom, because there are a lot of pieces to juggle. Sometimes I'm really good at it. Sometimes it slips off. I had been in a habit of not food prepping and not necessarily realizing how much time I was losing until I lost my shit one day. I didn't lose my time. I lost my shit everywhere. And so as I'm rebalancing and figuring out, all right, what are the simple actions that I need to take here? I realized it comes down to order of operations. Okay. If I don't know what I'm going to make and it's already prepped and my kitchen is clean and ready for me to cook, I'm not going into the kitchen to make a meal. It's that simple. Same with projects. I'm not sitting down to my desk, shit everywhere, not knowing really specifically what I'm going to do, not being prepped to do that activity. Okay. So before I even show up to execute an activity, first of all, I'm planning it. I'm scheduling, making time on my calendar to do it. And then when I go to my calendar, I'm listing the links and the pieces that I need to show up to do that task. That's solid preparation. Okay. That's the kind of preparation that if you haven't walked through those phases of a project, even if your project is dinner, you're not going to be executing at the highest level. You're not going to be in your highest environment for creation because you didn't set yourself up for success. Okay. If you're not setting yourself up for success in your life on all levels, you're not geeking out on this stuff at all levels of mastery, then guess what? You're creating, by not creating in this way, you're creating chaos. You're allowing chaos. You're allowing gravity or the past, negative stuff. Like you'll be high and happy and all excited in this space. But if you don't actually embody, you'll crash. Gravity's fierce. Okay, I feel like that monologue is complete. Thanks for inviting that forward, Jan. Did that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, good.
Thank you. It's kind of interesting because as a reader too, she feels really aligned. It's like
Right.
there's a little hesitation there. It's just she's really aligned. I'd have no idea what last year was like for you, but you seem really aligned now. It's kind of cool. It's kind of fun.
Oh, I got the goosies. You feel that, Jan? That's
Yes,
good,
thank
right?
you. Yes, definitely. Thank you.
You're welcome. Katie, you're up.
Hey, everybody. So my question, I guess, is I feel like there's divine cosmic timing going on with me because today's my birthday. And yesterday, Pluto went into Aquarius, if I'm not mistaken. So I feel like that's not a coincidence, and I feel like I should be doing something. I feel something brewing, but I don't know.
Okay. Right on. Yeah, I'd say you're reading the signs really well. You're reading the data really well. And that's the invitation. Katie, happy birthday, by the way,
Thank you.
is to, you're welcome, start reading the signs more because that's where you're going to know what to do. All right.
Okay.
And the story that's coming into my field that I want to share with you all, it's one of my favorites. So I was always super inspired by the story of the shaman in the Dominican Republic, who were the first ones to see Columbus's ships as they arrived. Oh, yeah, Joe's shaking his head. I just got the chills as I said it. I might have been one of them or something because I get so inspired when I say this. So their job was to sit, Katie, every morning and meditate on the horizon. They just meditate on the horizon, okay? The legend goes they knew 3 days before the ships got there that the ships were coming. Their eyes couldn't see the ships yet, but they could see the disturbance of the energy on the horizon. And I say disturbance not in a bad way, again, not in a shadow way, but in a, ooh, something's different. They could detect it, right? So what they did was they stared at that horizon for 3 days until they could see the ships, till the ships approached, they got close enough, their eyes adjusted, it came into focus. Okay.
Okay.
You're right where you need to be. Sometimes, our instant gratification selves want to know instantaneously what's there. And there's an invitation to begin learning how the cosmic energy works. Know that when you feel this invitation, that you just sit and you gaze at the horizon, you create that sacred space. Okay. I don't know if we are sharing the free intuitive development training that I have. It's a free opt-in on my website, but we'll definitely get the link out for anybody who wants that. It's pretty easy to find, but we'll make it easy for you. But turning on your intuition, Katie, or your psychic skills, the clair senses, that will help you start to figure out what the messages are and how you're getting them. Because we're getting them all the time. The 5D, the messages, whether it's the message that you're wanting to get or whether it's the thing that we want to manifest, it's all right here. We're just learning how to see it, to perceive it is actually a better word, right? Because we can see with our inner eyes, but there's also, we can hear with our inner ears. So see might be a little tricky. It's not just about seeing, it's about feeling and sensing, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Cool.
Is there anything specifically around love? That would be my more specific question. I've been talking to this guy online and we're going to meet this weekend. So.
Okay. All right. Yes. So here's what you'll want to do. The same exercise that came in before around the love, around writing what it is that you want.
Yep.
And then I would encourage you to do that. I feel like the guides are encouraging you to do that before you have this meet in person so that you can begin to get a perspective from a different perspective, from the perspective of does this have the potential to be someone that I would want to consciously create a relationship with versus wandering into it just like, okay, let's see how it goes. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
So it's just going to give you some construct to be able to evaluate this dude in a different way.
Okay.
Okay. The guys are saying it's also going to shift your energy of how you go into it. Because the challenge is in the modern day context, what usually happens, we'll meet online, we'll talk for a little bit, we'll decide if we want to meet in person. Just the fact that we use the words meet in person means that we've been talking somewhere in a dimension where we're not in person and we're about to be in person. And there's interesting nerves and things that go along with that, right? And we're like, ooh, do they like me? You're going to be all in your head about all of these things that we do. But the exercise will help shift your perspective.
Okay.
Cool.
Awesome. Thank
Have
you.
fun. You're welcome.
Thank you, Katie. Tarek, you're up next.
Hi there, thank you. I just woke up. If it's okay, I'm not gonna open my camera.
It's okay.
My question is, it's very similar to Jen's question, actually. I felt last year, 2024, was so much preparation and training and different than the last 6 years I've had of my journey. It felt like a void. And yeah, like preparation training for like, I'm feeling what it is right now. I'm landing. But the last couple of months been intense with that, and I just wanted to check in about a couple of things. I felt like I feel there's a delay now in my, like I feel I need to do something, and I know it, but I feel my reaction to it is a delay. Like today, I'm feeling this. I needed to go somewhere, and it's been a couple of days that I felt I should have went. And I know another part of this journey is so much body integration and rest sometimes needed. So I just want to make sure if my perception, I'm feeling delayed, or I'm needing time in between. And I think like I'm guilt tripping myself about that. And I feel like connection with people has been difficult for me too recently. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, those are great questions. Okay, so immediately what I'm hearing is the guides saying, yeah, you got to trust. Well, I'm just going to tell you back the things that you told me, but in a different order. We're just going to reorder them a bit. Okay? So, you want to trust, okay? Relationships with others are difficult right now. So, that idea of delayed action is good. Because what happens is if you start pursuing action forward and the relationships are difficult, you're putting energy into like more difficulty, like shooting it into challenging situations. You're just opening up a can of worms, we could say. You're creating, we talked about the 7 hermetic principles earlier. Okay, the guides want to talk about the principle of cause and effect. All right. So when we take action that is out of divine timing, we are initiating causes that are going to have effects. They're not in vibrational coherence with ease. And your higher self knows that, which is why you feel the delay in action. We can get in our way, and I do often too. I question myself, am I in resistance? Or is there something really, because sometimes I feel like I'll be really clear and I'll know exactly what I need to do, and I don't effing do it. And I'm like, why isn't this done already? Thinking from my human mind that it needs to get done. So that I honor as well. I mean, that's something that we need. That's one reason we need spiritual discernment. Meditation is important, like being on point within ourselves is important, so that we can know and discern. But it comes back to trust, bringing it back full circle. Like I said, I'm going to tell you the exact things you told me. I'm just going to point them out in different order to you. So trusting this divine action, or this delay in action, you want to trust, because right now you would be creating ripple effects with people and challenging relationships. Relationships are really important right now. The energy is accelerated in them. Use this time to stay home and work on self-love energy. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
You're welcome. The guides also want to say, just again, for everybody who's feeling like, again, 2024, that was a challenging year. I heard Tarek say, I've been doing this for 6 years. I've been prepping for 6 years. The guides brought into my mind the idea of the Chinese bamboo that looks like it's dormant for 5 years, and then all of a sudden overnight it shoots up. That's also in alignment and coherence with what the guide said around, truthfully, we're going to spend more time preparing than executing. And we think that all the work we've been doing is executing. No, that's just preparing. Like the courses and the programs that you created before, and the projects and the relationships and the jobs that you had before, the timelines that I had before at Hollywood, this is just prepare. This is all preparation. 2025, this is go time. It's now.
Just now, I love that from Jen's answer too. It's like more time in preparation than execution. This has made so much sense for me. And about that, like I'm not in a rush to. I just want to make sure that I'm aligned on the timeline that I'm choosing, and the delay is not me being lazy or something. But it's physically too, like taking a lot of energy. Everything, like there's a lot of travels involved in my journey, and
yeah,
Just recently, it's been a void, and recently I've been having all of a sudden something coming to me as a project too, and I know it's like time and it's a new energy. And I wait until I feel fully guided to it and fully it's from the heart. Like I don't want to create from the outside. I want the
Right.
creation come from inside. So
Yep.
this project coming is big, and I'm feeling so excited about it. And I don't want to feel an answer specifically. Like I know I should figure it out, but if there's anything about this project in Mount Shasta that's been coming to me, felt inspired. Is there any information from the guides maybe or?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's going to be hard for human Emily not to get in the way of that because I love Mount Shasta too, and I take people there for activation. So yes, whatever you're feeling guided coming from Shasta, it is powerful. My experience has been people that travel into Shasta with me have epic years afterwards, like life-changing that shifts it, and they move into alignment with their highest timeline. So it is powerful. Yeah, form that relationship with her and the guides that are coming through to create through that vortex. Yes, hands down, it's powerful. Do it. Yes.
Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you. It's been such a pleasure to connect with you all and be on this program all to 2024. I got into this and it was part of my support system actually in that tough time. Thank you all.
Good job, ladies.
Yeah, thank you, ladies. Thank you. I loved being here and waited for you. Thanks.
One of the things I have on my vision board is that every day we hear positive feedback about the show. It's a brand new vision board this year, so I just put it out there.
Working. It's working.
Hey, Tarek, there's another thing that I want you to start kind of playing with, and this is for everyone. It's just a little tiny thing, but sometimes I ask, am I creating from matter, to matter, or am I creating from frequency and the match of frequency? So it's just kind of a subtle shift, but asking that question seems to have like profoundly gotten me more into the frequency of what I want to create versus me like pushing, forcing, twisting people's arm and twisting people's arms to send us their free opt-in gift for this summit kind of feeling. It's like, let's do this more from a frequency match so that they're like, oh, I can't wait to do this with them. So, yeah.
Awesome.
And I will say that also comes with knowing when you're in your, what I call green light arena. Basically, sometimes if you're doing it from a place of pushing, which is where you're feeling your reds and you're like not there and you're like, I gotta get this done, knowing good and well that the reasoning you're getting it done is like for all great reasons, but sometimes we just put our to-dos in that little like reds. I always advise, like, if you're really feeling that way, take a breath, go outside, walk, change your vibration. I always like, I start singing and stuff, or I'll start dancing. Then I'll come back and send emails or make calls or connect with speakers or various different people just to create collaborations. But I always try to find a place where I'm doing that from a green, if you will. So that way it's just an invitation and because people can feel your vibe. They can feel your vibes. It could be the same exact email that I would send to 2 different people and the same exact wording, but if I'm in a green, it'll definitely be received more. So there you go.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so true. So true. I've been like, it's my inner journey that affecting that. If I'm not, there's a lot of process. I'm not feeling myself. I delay a communication, and then like it's too late to continue this communication. So I've been losing people. Like I'm not talking about romantic only, but yeah, like because I'm excited to start anew, and then like, whoa, everybody I met, like I'm not even in touch with, but trusting that all is new. All is new, really. Like it's a new energy that even whatever I learned, I felt we went through this preparation because there's a whole new system and energy that even if we got it before, there's an upgrade now that like, yeah. So thank you all again. Thanks for your time too.
Thank you. And that brings me to a question, Emily, when you said that the guides were saying, I see your analogy for prepping, right? For food prep. That makes total sense to me. But when I first heard you say that, one of the things I kind of jump back because I am a perfectionist,
Mhm.
and I sometimes get analysis paralysis, right?
Yeah.
Like I will stop and want to nitpick everything. And so then I don't go to execute. And I found myself doing that in different places. How do we discern the difference between what you describe as true preparation
Mhm.
and that clean slate, right? Versus I'm not there yet.
Yeah,
That kind
well,
of thing.
yeah, great question, because how many of you like that?
Yeah.
Right? And
It's taking a
I'm
lot of work.
right. I'm not so much the opposite. Like I will run and cannonball in the pool and realize, oh damn, this is deep in the ocean, y'all. This is not a pool. Help me, right? And then, like I said, it's jumping in and too quickly before we've examined all the pitfalls. First of all, recognizing we're all different. There are pros and cons to being that level of a perfectionist and being able to see and get it really perfect. All right, it's part of your divine blueprint. Here's how we use our own, like how we show up in mastery. I'll say, you got to know yourself. Leonka, if you know that you have this pattern of perfectionism, you just build enough time into your own schedule of when you have the deadlines for the perfectionism to be there. So if you know, and like I get to know my patterns, I got really excited about a new launch. And I think we're going to share a link for you guys. This program that we're building, it's called Heal Your Life, right? So I get really excited about what I'm going to send to the tech team. I spend hours building, organizing, getting everything ready. I send it off to the tech team. I have about a week afterwards where I'm thinking, oh, I forgot this. Oh man, I messed this up. Oh, I did this. So what I'm learning to do is back my own deadlines up so that I can give my brain the time that it needs to do that. You got to figure out how long your perfectionist mind needs to go over it. Give her that amount of time because she's really valuable, but then she's got a deadline too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, managing our personalities like they're our kids. Every one of you is valuable and has something to contribute, and you got to show up and do your chores. Right? How did that land for you? Did it
Yes.
feel like it gave you some
Yeah,
insight?
and it does. It does, because I can see it from that viewpoint
Mhm.
now. But I just was trying to kind of step into where I used to be in case some other people were there feeling that way, right? Like having that little bit of like, but when I can view it as, yeah, this is how it really works
Right.
when you're really co-creating with the divine. But
It,
I've done that because I've learned how to really trust my guides. And I
right.
think that's another reason why the Akashic Records are so amazing, and working in the Akashic Records is because you can get that divine guidance.
Yep.
Then you have your more you have more of a, wouldn't you say, like a true north of like, okay, you would have more downloads about what it is you should be working on and prepping on
Yep.
in order to work on next.
And they talk to you in your own language, which means the analogies that work for you, like, oh, I can see it through that perspective. They teach me through Hollywood perspectives or through the dynamic of being in the kitchen, right? And one thing that they're teaching me right now that's really landing with me is think of it as order of operation. All right, because I'm not looking like adding and subtracting. That's really cool. When we play with the energies of adding and subtracting in the universe, we add more joy, we subtract the stuff that's really cool. You get different math equations when you play with different stuff there, right? Here's another thing you can play with where you get a different outcome. That's order of operations. Okay, so Leonka, here's what the guides are saying. When you put this characteristic in the right order of operations, meaning enough before your deadline that it's actually helpful to you, she's a huge asset. Now, if you put this order of operations in the wrong place, you put it after the deadline, meaning this part of you comes in after you had already said that you wanted to get it done, and then you did laundry, and then you had to take the kids to the doctor, and now 3 days have gone by, damn it, so might as well be 4 or 5 before I get to it, right? If you put that part of you on the other side of the deadline, she's going to screw you. She's going to drain your energy, right? But if you put her in the right order of operations and create time and space for her, she's going to be an asset to you.
I love this. I also wish my husband could hear this too.
Okay. Listen to
Too
the
fun.
replay, hubby.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, let's go ahead and share the offer, and you guys can see what kind of experience you can have with Emily here. All right, here it is.
Jay, am I
I
introducing
would
you?
also put it in the chat if
Is
you
that
want.
me? Okay. Well, I'll trust that all you guys can read this, and I'm on my phone today, so I'm like squinting in really close. I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to share with you this who this class is for. All right. This class is for you if you're curious about the Akashic Records, you want to learn about their power, you want to start tapping in. I'm going to teach never before taught in my classroom stuff about the records, so I'm excited. This is also going to teach you a wide variety of energy healing techniques that you can heal your body, you can heal your mind. This is designed to clear emotional and physical dis-ease from your body. Okay, we're going to have a whole module that's about that. There's another module that's going to teach you about amplification of the energies. Like I talked about through the alignment, we can do that through galactic alignment. We can also amplify through vortex energy. So I'm going to teach you how to use vortex energy and open a vortex in your own home. And for those of you who want to know next steps on your soul mission, there is a module where we will take you in and call forward that insight, right? There, you're going to be opening up new access to different parts of yourself, your multidimensional skills. And then we're going to go in and take a look at soul mission. All right, what can I do with all of this now? It's like we're going to take you to Grand Central Station of the universe where all the timelines are converging and shifting. And you're going to get to tap in and see what your highest timeline, your highest potential timeline, your mission is, and how to align to that.
Cool.
I know I'm excited.
I really like the vision around this. This sounds really fun. You guys, this is a 4-week experience. It starts February 12th, and the live calls are on Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific time, by the way. So if you are called to this, those are 2 aspects you might want to consider.
And there will be replays available as well. I mean, it's just, golly, this is juicy.
It's so exciting. I'm so excited about the community here too. Like you ladies are building, right? This is the crux of how we can also generate this powerful energy. And I've got such an awesome community, entrepreneurs, filmmakers, best-selling authors, people who are desiring to change the world and change themselves for the better at a really high level. And it's time for us all to start playing together in the sandbox, right?
Yeah. Right. Again,
yeah.
link is in the chat. The link will be in the caption on YouTube, and the link will be in the newsletter. If you aren't signed up at the newsletter, it's at hustle.com.
Yay.
And guys, I'll just do one more little plug here. We're running this training for $168, but we did an awesome special for you here, $97.
Oh.
And
okay.
here's what I didn't really feature this on the sales page, even though I was advised to. I thought, I think it's a little bit cheesy, but I do see why it's important, because the value that we put in here, you all, is like, seriously, if I went dollar for dollar about how much I charge per hour to do live classes and all of this creation, this is an over a $5,000 course. It's over, it will change your life at 10 times that value point. All right. So I just wanted to really encourage everybody to look at what we're offering here. And if you feel called, dive in, because our desire was to fill this with so much transformation for you, and make it accessible truly for everyone.
Love it. So the price down here is currently $166, and you said that will be $97.
Y'all get it for 97. Yes,
Okay.
there's
is there a coupon code, or will this page change?
Yes, HH special. All
Okay.
caps.
Okay.
Thank you.
We'll get you the $97 special.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right. So there you go. We will put all of this in the
Thank you.
email. We'll put all of it in YouTube. And thank you so much, Emily. This was absolutely fabulous.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to close the records really fast, everybody. Is that okay if we take us out? Close?
Yes. And
Let's
also
do that.
any parting words or lasting thoughts you have for the group today?
The guides are just thanking you all for participating in this activation of galactic DNA. It helps to anchor this potentiality, possibility of the 5D for the entire planet. So you're being graciously thanked in the cosmos today. And that's an important thing for all of us, is to feel our value. We need, in just one final thing, if you want to open your heart and invite yourself to see your value and your worth from the perspective of self, the perspective of family, perspective of community, and from the galactic perspective, you can say yes now. Receiving that before we close the records here. Bringing the hands together in prayer pose, slight pressure against left and right palm. Thumbs touching each other in the heart. Giving thanks for all knowledge and healing that comes forward in this space. And acknowledging the frequency of oneness. And with one final Om, closing the Akashic Records. The records are now closed.
Thank you, Emily.
Thank you, Emily. Thank you, thank you. And everyone, we have just a couple more announcements to make sure that you get to see Emily at the Rewire this Saturday. She'll be doing a presentation. All of the speakers will be, they literally are taking a virtual, they'll be owning our stage virtually for 30 minutes. And so they'll be giving different activations, and Emily will have a free gift there. I mean, it's just going to be a really great time. And I invite you all to come and join us. The link will also be, it was in the chat, and then it'll also be in the description, plus in the newsletter. And if you're not on our newsletter, go ahead and sign up at www.helphustle.com. It's going to be lots of fun. And remember, the replays are only up for 4 days. So I definitely want you to get in, get the replays, get the newsletter so that you can get all of the fun if you can't make it live. But we do hope that you can. And thank you, Emily. We will see you on Saturday.
It's Saturday.
This Saturday, all day, you guys. Rewire.
Yes.
The Rewire immersion. Look for details in the newsletter. All right. Thank you, guys. And we will see you on Thursday. And
Thursday, same time. We'll talk to you soon.
Same place.